I guess a quick warning to those of you triggered by contract detail talk. This is your warning to turn down the volume because I certainly don't want to offend anybody. For the many of you, though, that love contract talk so much so that you asked me, advised me, publicly admonished me on social media, begging me to apologize for being so wrong about the Terry deal when the agent put out some of the numbers on Monday. I'm not going to pile on. I'm not. We all make a lot of mistakes. I make plenty of them. But now that the real information on Terry's deal is out there, the deal's a very good one for the team. They may have budged a bit, but it wasn't a lot. $44 million guaranteed. I got to be honest with you. I was even shocked to see it that low. I thought it would come in somewhere around 50. You know, I said yesterday, anywhere between 55 and 60 guaranteed is kind of a draw. Anything north of 60 million guaranteed is kind of a big win for Terry and his agent. And anything less than 55 million guaranteed is a big win for the team. But essentially, it's 44 million guaranteed over 2 years since there isn't guaranteed money in year 3. There are a ton of incentives in the deal. They let the agent have his day on Monday. But by the way, you know, Terry's going to put a minimum of $44 million into his bank account, something the team did not have to offer because he was under contract and entering his age 30 season. He should have taken it. I don't think that they were thrilled. I think you'll hear that everybody's thrilled when we hear from the general manager and Terry and, the negotiations were never nearly as contentious. I believe that the team basically gave him an ultimatum very recently. This is it. Take it or leave it, or we're going to go play the season, and you can play it on the final year of your deal. And he took it, which is smart. I think it's good at his age to put 44 million minimum into his pocket. And if he's right about he's a young 30, he'll benefit from that, and so will the team. The team will benefit because a lot of this 3 years, 87 million, not 3 years, 96 million, a lot of that is based on Terry performing beyond this year and beyond next year. And if he is, that's good for the team, and they'll gladly pay, another, $29 million for 27 and 28. They'll gladly pay that. But this was good, smart contract negotiation by the team. I think they felt all along that this would be a good offer for Terry to accept. Clearly, Terry and his agent didn't believe that to be the case. They thought they were worth a lot more than what they got. But I think they were very smart to take it and not move forward playing on the final year of his deal. I don't know that even $44 million guaranteed would have ever been there available for him after this season. It's good for the team, very good for the team. It's also a good sign in terms of the way they're going to negotiate. They're not going to just overpay for culture, all right, and for past performance. They're going to, do what they think is analytically intelligent and smart. Pay for the years that they feel he will continue to perform at a very high level. They like the player a lot, not just on the field, but off it, which is why they made the offer in the first place. They probably came up a little bit, not a lot. The $44 million guaranteed tells you they probably did not come up that much overall. They were able to certainly get the AAV up from 25, their initial offer, but a lot of that over, the additional 3 years is really incentive driven. But it's okay. He, I think, did well, even though he probably doesn't think that he did as well, or the agent doesn't think they did as well. They'll position it certainly as a big-time positive for an age 30 receiver, because not all age 30 receivers get this opportunity. I think it's good for both. I do. And that's all. To me, it's like, yeah, at first glance the other day, of course, at first blush, you guys jumped all over people like me. That's fine. But the fact that the guaranteed money wasn't a part of the information that was disseminated was a major red flag in the moment for people who have paid attention to this stuff, to savvy people who have followed this stuff, including my guest, Michael Giannetti from Spot Track, and many others that said, the silence on the guaranteed money is deafening. And we found out why with the details of the contract being released today. It's a really good deal for the team. I honestly believe for Terry, even though they wanted a lot more than this, I think it's good for him. I mean, it's not about, people say, and I've seen a lot of you, especially the old school. Are you kidding me? He's going to put $50 million maybe into his pocket, $55 million into his pocket. He won't take it. Like, what are we talking about here? It's not that, this is very competitive. Agents are competitive. They're trying to get that next big client. Terry has a feel and a sense for where he belongs in this conversation. $5, $6, $7 million doesn't seem like as much to them as it is to us, but anyway, overall, I would say be pleased as a fan of the team that the team did not cave as people thought they had done, because I think it would have been a bad precedent. And if those numbers had come out today as $65 million guaranteed, I would have been critical of the team. I would have. I think this is a fair deal that Terry smartly accepted, I believe, from my standpoint. I can't put myself into their shoes. I know that they wanted a lot more. There's no doubt. They thought he was worth a lot more than $44 million guaranteed. And $29 million AAV, with heavy incentives in the deal, which, by the way, are very achievable incentives. Terry's going to play well this year. He's going to play well next year. The team's analytics say that after 2026, entering age 32 season, they had some questions and they weren't going to put themselves on the hook, for that. Anyway, that's it on that. If you want to weigh in, have at it. 301-230-0980, 301-230-0980. I'm not going to sit here and read all the emails that I read yesterday asking you guys just to exert just a little bit of patience. I mean, it's the same thing we've talked about in the past, whether it's, Sam Howell off of one game against the Cowboys at the end of a season. It's like, really? You're sure you saw a top level starting quarterback from a meaningless game? Or the OC that literally nobody else in the league wanted to hire as an OC. And somehow he was the absolute coup of the century and he was going to be our next coach. Got to give it some time on these things.